Hey guys, welcome back on here. Welcome to a Sunday reset in my life. So today I'm going to take you with me on what a pretty chill Sunday looks like for me. So this is what I will do to make sure that I have a really calming and restful weekend, especially Sunday, because that is the day where I usually don't do anything. So instead of staying on my phone all day, which is usually what I feel like doing, I incorporate these small little routines that help me to really make the most out of my day. So, small disclaimer, all my Sundays don't look like this. Let's be real, okay? But when I'm really trying to be intentional about having a good Sunday and preparing to be in the best mindset for the next week, these are most of the things that I will do. So, usually I will come back from church around half one or one, sometimes two. And as you saw, I'll just take off my coat, get a bit comfortable, wash my hands, and have a snack, and then sit in front of my computer and catch up on some of my favorite YouTubers. So on this clip, I'm watching Hannah Elise, one of my top 5 YouTubers, and I'll just maybe spend an hour or so doing that. And when I'm done, I just clean up the mess that was left behind from the previous days, no matter how big or small that mess is. And thankfully, that day it was just a small mess, just the things that I maybe didn't throw away. And so that's what I'll do. And once I'm done putting everything back in its place, I will then start doing the dishes. And once again, thankfully, there wasn't a lot to do on that day. Another thing that I will do is to go grocery shopping for the week and to cook for the entire week. And when I know that I'm going to shop in bulk, I use my trolley, which does make me look like an old lady, but I will take that any day compared to the back and hand pain that I get from carrying all the shopping bags. And so on that day, I headed to Sainsbury's, which thank God is just a few minutes walk from my place, and I went to buy a few bowls to pack the food that I would cook, just because most of my bowls were getting old. And I just basically bought all the things, all the ingredients that I would need to make a few meals that would last me the upcoming week and hopefully even the week after that. shopping, I try to take everything out of the bags immediately and to put them in the fridge or the freezer just to prevent all of the frozen things from thawing. And so that's what I do before getting straight to cooking. So obviously before cooking all the meat and vegetables, I make sure to give everything a good thorough wash, and I like to wash all of my vegetables at the same time, just so that once I start cooking, everything is just there in place and I don't have to go back and forth between cooking and washing, because that just gives me a lot more work to do. And so I first wash my vegetables together and then I cut them and dice them all together, so that once I start cooking I can just think about that and nothing else. And after doing all that, I can finally start cooking. And guys, I find that this obviously is the most time consuming part of my day, and I just like to do anything that I can to reduce the amount of time that it takes me to cook, because I try to make a few different meals so that I do not get bored of eating the same thing over and over again. So cooking is definitely a whole process, and it can be very tiring and draining. That's why I prefer to do it once and for all, so that throughout the week I don't have to think about it anymore. Once I'm done cooking, I separate everything in different bowls and I leave them out to cool down before putting them in the fridge, which I learned was important to do if you don't want your food to go bad quick. So that's just what I do. I lay the bowls out on my chest freezer and let them cool down for an hour or so. And obviously, I serve myself a plate as well that I just keep in my microwave to eat after I'm done cleaning and showering. So after cooking, I try not to leave any dishes out in the sink, and so I just wash everything and put them back in its place and give my sink and my countertop a good scrub as well, just so that everything can be squeaky clean on the next day and I don't have to worry about that the next day as well. Usually by the time that I'm done cooking, it's already pretty late, so it's time for me to unwind, and I do just that. I take off my watch, I dim down the lights in my studio, and I love that I have the option to do that instead of just turning off the light. So that's what I do, and I just try to create a really nice and cozy ambiance by playing with the fairy lights that I have and by lighting up a few candles in my room and in my toilet. I only have a shower and I don't have a bathtub to have a relaxing bath, but I still try to create a really nice mood in my toilet by turning off the light completely there and just letting the light from the candle shine. And I also play some jazz music from my speakers that I bring into my toilet just to really add on to that nice and cozy mood and to really help me unwind and relax. Once I'm done showering, I wear a pair of really comfortable pajamas and I do my skincare, which is pretty basic and quick, nothing too fancy, but it really adds on to that whole self-care element. So I really love including that in my routine. And once that is done, I just heat up my food that I had left in the microwave and I pour myself a drink and basically go on to the part of the evening that I love the most, which is to sit in front of a movie with my food. And honestly, there is nothing like it. And this is really the part of the evening where I disconnect from everything and can just really enjoy a real me time. So I guess you understand why I love it so much. And usually I just watch a very light movie and nothing too heartfelt, nothing too serious, because I don't want to go to bed sad or feeling any sort of intense emotions. So on that day I just watched Princess Diaries and I was extremely happy. And when I was done eating, I put my dishes in the sink to wash the next day because I didn't want to do dishes anymore. And I turned my heated blanket to the highest option because I like it really warm since I have really cold feet when I fall asleep. And I just continued watching my movie on my bed. And that is how I ended my evening. Thank you so much guys for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it encouraged you to do something nice for yourself and to just really think about incorporating little things to make the most out of your rest days. Thank you again guys, and I will see you in my next one.